Okay, as you can tell, it's very, very early in the morning, and let's not pretend that before you've gotten dressed, you started looking at the markets. That's what I did today. So here I am, and I wanted to record this video because I think it's going to be pretty important. So, one of the most fascinating things about Bitcoin, there is a lot happening right now, but one of the most fascinating things about Bitcoin is that there are 583 million people on this earth with a net worth of 100,000 to $1 million in the world. There are 55 million millionaires in the world, dollar millionaires. There are 2,700 billionaires in the world. Of course, this is what the data that we know. This is not, undiscovered riches, right? And let's assume that across this entire. See, I always believe that rich people need Bitcoin more than poor people, and poor people need Bitcoin adoption more than rich people. Because these rich people have got assets, they've got property, they've got stocks, they've got all these assets that are sitting there being devalued against the amount of debasement that's going on, and they got nothing. They can't do anything to protect themselves against it. So they need Bitcoin. If you've not got a pot to piss in, you don't need Bitcoin. What you need is Bitcoin adoption, so you can start earning in Bitcoin. But rich people need Bitcoin, right? If you're sitting there with a $3 million real estate portfolio that's being my parents, right? Their property portfolio needs to be worth 85 to 90% more than what it is today to keep up with the amount of pounds that were printed in the United Kingdom. So, like, there is a big need that's going to come from the world's wealthiest people. So I was looking at this data, and I was thinking, like, how much Bitcoin does that mean for everyone, right? And when you think about it, if all the people between 100,000 and $1 million, which is 583 million people, if they all wanted Bitcoin and they could get an even split of all 21 million Bitcoin, that would equal just 0.036 Bitcoin per person. That's it. And let's say those people completely missed it. So no one in that net worth range decided to buy. No one below 100,000 decided to buy. Only the people who are millionaires. And that is like millionaires who we know are millionaires, not hidden millionaires, right? If only the millionaires wanted to buy Bitcoin, the 55 million of them, that would mean that there was an even split of only 0.382 Bitcoin. Think about that. Just 0.382 Bitcoin. That's it. And if we forget about them and we just focus on the billionaires, let's say that the people who are millionaires completely miss it. Anyone from 1 million to a billion just completely misses Bitcoin. Doesn't want it, doesn't think about it, etc., etc. Well, the 2,700 billionaires in the world, if you even split Bitcoin between all of them, it would mean 7,777 Bitcoin. That's it. These are the billionaires of the world I'm talking about. That's it. Now, this is, of course, not including the billions of poor people who can earn Bitcoin, not including the billions of people sub 100,000 that can save into Bitcoin. This is not including any of those people. This is just these subgroups. It's also not including the permanent HODL number that comes with Bitcoin. The permanent HODL number. Because not all 21 million Bitcoin are available. So there is a permanent HODL number. It also doesn't include the lost coins. So you could probably, if you really wanted to work this out properly, divide these numbers by maybe 3 to 5 million Bitcoin that would become available to buy. And what this tells me is that a panic is coming. There will be a panic buying moment to Bitcoin because there will be one moment where everyone just gets it. And that'll be painful because then everyone will want it. There will be exchanges without any Bitcoin. There will be exchanges that can't find any Bitcoin. It's not like gold, right? It's not like real estate. It's like you just can't find it. Like, oh, so many people want it, cool, I'm not selling. So the hodl rate jumps up because everyone wants it and the price keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. This is a very, very important part of Bitcoin because there is a finality of supply and people do not understand this. What do you do with people that do not understand this? I don't know. I keep saying that we should care harder about people that don't understand Bitcoin yet, and I believe that. However, we're at a point where how do you make sense of someone who is not understanding that there is a finality of supply on something in the world finally? There is not a finality of supply on real estate. There's not a finality of supply on anything else. Name one other thing that has a finality of supply. Nothing. Nothing has a finality. You want a Rolex? Cool. You can't buy one today, but they're going to be making some more. You want to Patek Philippe? Cool. You can't buy one today, but they'll be making some more. So nothing in this world has a finality of supply. And that is what people are completely missing. And they're not understanding that finality of supply is so important when it comes to protecting the wealth of people in the world. So just think about that. You're going to be competing with people who are worth less than $100,000, between $100,000 to $1 million, between $1 million and $1 billion, which is 55 million people, and 2,700 billionaires in the world too. And again, these people are smart financially. They just don't get it yet. It's not like they're never going to get it. They just don't get it. They're going to get Bitcoin at the price that they deserve it. But right now, they don't get it. So that's the arbitrage opportunity. If you're sitting around, I have a friend who's got 15 million pounds worth of property in the United Kingdom telling me that he's going to wait until the ETF is approved to allocate to Bitcoin. Because to him, it's just an allocation. That's all it is. It's just an allocation. This is how people with legacy assets think. They don't understand the finality of supply argument. They don't understand that there is an urgency and it's not just an allocation. It is owning the very fabric of the future network for transacting value across the earth. That's what it is. That cannot be inflated, that cannot be adjusted, and cannot be changed. He doesn't understand that yet. But what do you think is going to happen once he understands it? It's not going to take him long to start moving some of his assets. By then, who knows what the price might be? So that might stop him. But once the switch goes on, it's not going to take. So, like, he's got 15 million pounds worth of property. He could refinance, maybe not right now with the rates the way they are, but he could refinance that property portfolio and dump 5 million into Bitcoin overnight. So the flood and the panic is coming, and no one's ready for it. And that's the point that I want to highlight in this video. You are not ready for the panic that is about to come with Bitcoin. There is not enough Bitcoin to go around. There is not enough Bitcoin to go around, and you need to understand that. You need to protect your Bitcoin. You need to stop spending your Bitcoin. You need to put it in a cold storage, and you need to forget about it for a number of years. Anyway, I'm going to go get dressed.